What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Last year, Kevin Samuels had a pretty interesting altercation online with Stormy Wellington. Now, Stormy Wellington is from the Miami area, or she's close somewhere over there. I'm not sure. But I do know that Trina's from Miami for sure. So I'm going to say that. And Trina and Stormy Wellington are friends, because when Stormy was going back and forth with Kevin Samuels, you know, she was in the comment section talking shit about Kevin Samuels. Trina was, right? And a lot of these people that follow Trina, a lot of these people that are Kevin Samuels haters, it's interesting. They like to call him, you know, gay, hey sis, hey boo, you know, some of the, you know, kind of negative connotations they may give, like an Andrew Caldwell. You know, they like to try to assume his sexuality. Kevin never responds to things like this. But it's interesting though, as while those women who do support Trina and like Trina and all that other stuff, let's talk about what is true though. Trina has a former assistant whose name is Alvin Kelly. Now, he burst onto the reality scene as Trina's assistant. His career blew up. He became a stylist to many people in the world, Nene Leakes, Tamar Braxton, and I've heard some audio of him talking. It seems like Mr. Queen or McQueen is gay based off of the things he was talking about. I don't want to repeat what he was saying about he did to somebody's behind and all of that stuff. I don't even want to talk about that. But based off what I heard him say, it's clear that he is a gay, which is in American culture right now. There's nothing wrong with a man being gay. However, there are some charges that have come about with Mr. McQueen that he has been doing some things with underage boys. So much so that he's currently on a bail hold and in protective custody based on these charges that have been levied against him. And I want to talk about the ladies who have a problem with a lot of black men that have a difference of an opinion about what's going on in Black America. You know, one of the things they come out with a lot is, you know, your mama is black, you are gay, you know, you don't love yourself, you know, all of these kind of, you know, like negative connotations and horrific things they can say about your sexuality. But at the same time, the people that they are close to that do their hair, some of them go to church, right? The guy that must, you know, that could be playing the B3 Hammond organ on Sunday. Sometimes the guy that's even preaching your sermon, the guy who's your minister of music or choir director, or sings in a choir with you. You love him. You don't really have no real smoke for him. But then when you look at some of the situations that happen, especially in some of these churches, with some of these men, that Bishop Eddie Long and the great Reverend James Cleveland, there were horrific things said about Reverend Charles Nix of the St. James Baptist Church in Detroit, Michigan. I don't know how true those things were, but it was almost certain that he died of AIDS at UCSF hospital in San Francisco, which was treated for AIDS at that time. And so when you look at these men that are around a lot of black women, when you look at the people who are accused of these things, when it comes to either, you know, young boys or women, these are people that they vouch for. But they're going to be real silent about Mr. Alvin McQueen and his charges. But now if it was something horrific about Kevin Samuels, then it would be all over the internet and all this other stuff, and they're digging it up and trying to find it, and then they can't. But Trina, all this hatred you had for this, you and Stormy Wellington, let's talk about Mr. McQueen. Like, we gotta talk about this. This is your guy, right? Like, you gotta take ownership. Like, this is the guy that you was, look at what he's doing, allegedly. But if Kevin Samuels is suspect, then what is this? Because see, even being suspect is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you lied about it. But this ain't even suspect. This is being suspicious of a crime of hurting little young black boys. But see, all the people, once Alvin got picked up by the police, y'all don't want to talk about it, which tells me that when it's black boys, don't nobody care about it. See, if this was young black girls, oh, the Democrats would be out there and black girls rock. We got to stop these black men from doing this. But Alvin McQueen can be a predator and get into protective custody because, you know, he's protected because of his sexuality in jail. So they can't put him in general population based on these charges because they'll kill him. But he can get help. He can be protected by what's going on right now. But see, the reality is that why don't y'all want to talk about this? Where are the Trina fans? Where is Stormy Wellington at? They are somewhere quiet as hell. And y'all brought him onto the national media. You mean that you exposed him? Now I feel bad if I exposed one of my guys and they did something horrific like this. I'd have to actually at least come out there and apologize behind it because, you know, hey, a lot of you wouldn't have knew such and such person if I didn't, you know, put him out there. So based on that, and I do know that he's innocent until proven guilty, but I would always assume like something like that, it could be true. I have to apologize. I'm sorry that I did that. It was a terrible thing of what I did. Like I didn't know the person was capable of that. But Trina, are you going to apologize to the families that have been hurt? Are you going to apologize to the other black women that you got him jobs for that had no idea about this? No, because why? It doesn't fit the narrative. Shout out to David Carroll. It don't fit the narrative. Alvin McQueen, as long as he don't talk about the problems going on in the black community, AKA black women, it don't fit the narrative. So it's okay. It's okay. You touch little black boys, whatever you do, well, as long as it ain't black women, it's fine. And also, it don't fit the narrative. You know, long as he can play the organ, girl, he sure can sing. Girl, he sure can do some hair. You know, long as he can do that, it's like what we will turn a blind eye to it. Just like what happened over there at Cornerstone Missionary Baptist Church in Los Angeles in the 80s. When them people knew exactly what James Cleveland was doing up in Baldwin Hills when he gave Christopher Harris HIV as a 16-year-old man, young man. But y'all knew what he did. Y'all don't want to talk about it. But many folks were protecting him. And a lot of times idiots get protected. But see, I'm gonna leave it alone. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out First Come at the Top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains all-time high. I'm out.